Hey guys, welcome back to No Recipe Required. I'm Dave. Today I'm going to show you how to chop up some peppers. I've got the green pepper, I've got the red pepper. Now, generally speaking, the red peppers are hotter than green peppers. The rule of thumb is the smaller you get in terms of size and the brighter you get in terms of color, the hotter the pepper is. However, that doesn't always hold true, especially when you're talking about most or many of the store-bought grocery store, Mega Mart peppers. So, before you really weigh in on how hot a pepper is for a particular dish, go ahead, just give it a little bite, a little taste, and you can see, is it on the hotter side, is it on the more mild side? And you can adjust to use more, use less, depending on that. There's a few different ways you can cut these, depending on how you want to use them. I'm going to show you a few of those ways right now. Okay guys, so first thing to understand when you're thinking about the peppers, right, is you got to understand the structure of them. They're pods, right? They're hollow for the most part, except for full of seeds. So you can change your cutting style to accommodate that. I'm going to show you a couple different techniques for each pepper, but frankly, they're cross-function. You can use one with the other or the other with the other. First thing I'm going to show you how to do is make rounds. Now, if you think about the ballpark nachos, things like that, right? You'll see those round jalapeno rings on the on top of them. Those, super easy to do. Really, you're just laying the pepper down and you go through. You take the tip off. That's not going to do you much good. And then start going right up the top, creating those circles. And you can go through the entire pepper that way. You can make them super thin and get on there. Like that. If you wanted it, maybe a thin application like that, if you wanted, if you had a nice, maybe subtle piece of fish or something like that, you just wanted a nice looking piece of jalapeno to lay right on top, but you didn't want a thicker slice to overpower with the flavor. Obviously you can get thicker as you go along. Another way to dice these, so that gets you the rounds. Another way to handle the pepper, and this is also going to get you kind of the full heat, because you've got, in addition to the flesh, you've got the seeds that are going to be in there, as well as the ribs, which is where a lot of the heat of the peppers are. Another way to handle peppers, essentially, is to julienne them. So you see what I did there? I just cut down the side of the pepper. If I were to flip it around, you can kind of cut down the other side. And what I'm doing is just taking on the flesh of the pepper. You can see kind of the seeds, everything like that is still in there. And you can treat it, essentially as a four-sided animal, vegetable. And then you've got these four pieces. Now I like to go, if I'm going to do this julienne, which is the long thin cut, I like to leave the skin side down because the flesh is a little bit easier for my knife to get through. And then just go through and make these long sticks. And there you've got them shaped like that. To do a dice, you can go ahead, just line all those sticks up and go through them, and you get a finer dice. Obviously, you think about how big you want it to be with a so again, something you're going to leave more raw, or less cooked. I cut it smaller, make it a little more fine so that you don't get a big, huge piece of pepper. If you're going to cook them down for an hour or two or three, then you can go ahead and leave them whole. Again, you can use the same techniques here with the red pepper. You can go through, make the rounds just like we did before. You can cut the sides off. You can even do this with a bell pepper. You go through the sides, make the julienne cut, turn them on its side, make the dice cut as well. One thing you got to be careful of, you're working with peppers. Peppers are hot. Now your fingers, that heat is on your hands. So if you go ahead and you touch your eyes, you touch your tongue, you're going to feel that heat and it's going to be painful. Be careful going to the bathroom as well. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the little lesson on cutting up some peppers. I will see you next time on No Recipe Required.